Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, if you haven't heard of us, we are Two Local Radio. We are on 11 p.m. on Spreaker, 12 a.m. on Blog Talk. We are your late night munchies. For your talk radio junkies, this is Two Loco Radio.
Two Loco Radio.
I need Two Local Radio. You love Two Local Radio. You need Two Local Radio.
I'm half awake in a city that never sleeps. And I can't find my way out. I was looking for the door, trying to find some cover, but there's nothing to be found. Oh, why did I come here? Why can't I go back? Get me out of this town. Working for the man every night and day, breaking my back to make way, losing myself with each dollar bill. The lights growing dark in my mind. These things add up, the city's left me with no hope anymore. Oh, I came here with dreams, now I'm leaving with things that I can't around on the floor. Pack up my bags to run away, just the same as when I came. Dancing in light smoke as I walk by, how I long for home's embrace. I'm forward, get pushed right back. This city has plans of its own. That's always explode of fame and gold as another into life. Been swimming in a sea of lights for so long.
Glass of red wine with me. Crew. Just hopped out the black Acura. 9-speed here. I was cruising. I roll alone through the city. Women won't leave me alone in my city. 25-8 is the rate that my mind's racing. You go broke following bros and time chasing. Cause time's money and currency change lifestyles. Yeah, I need an upgrade right now. Feel like I'm paying more dues than I'm due to pay. And some of the real from the past isn't true today. So turn the music up, windows too. Hit the gas on the ass, do what you gon' do. Road under your wheels, pedals under your heels. Dashboard in the sky's the only thing in view. Oh, cruising. Nothing but the heat break by my side, little homie, I'm cruising. Doing 59 on the I-95, say it with me, I'm cruising. Not to worry when them guys fly by, doesn't matter if the police right outside, my L's good and I'm cruising, so let's ride. So let's ride. One of the smoothest joints I ever did, man. And just cruise. Cohiba. I see him watching, I hear him calling off ramp to the I-95 to keep him off on. Hi hater, goodbye hater, I'm ballin' so professional and I ain't a sign player. You gotta dig my rhymes, recognize how my lines layered. The critics say they're rigged, I just say my design's favored. Undefined way of life, homie, my mind's made up. Grinding till I'm shining, nigga, I'll close my eyes later. To get in, turn the music up, windows too. Hit the gas on the ass, do what you gon' do. The road under your wheels, pedals under your heels. Dashboard in the sky's the only thing in view. Oh, cruising. Nothing but the heat break by my side, little homie, I'm cruising. Doing 59 on the I-95, say with me, I'm cruising. Not to worry when them guys fly by, doesn't matter if the police right outside, my L's good and I'm cruising, so let's ride. God body never believed the Illuminati, so probably be half as rich, but I promise I'm twice as real. You and DMG been the originators, won't let them manipulate the sound when we get our deal.
All right, well, it seems like we got everything backwards today.
Yeah, we sure do.
Everything is freaking backwards.
Today's just a backwards day. What can we say? Just one of those days, you know?
And it's good, though. We have 2 interviews lined up. Hi, I am Ray Ray.
And I'm Chrissy D.
And the last song you heard was by K. Cohiba, who will be our special guest in a few minutes. And then in the next hour, we have Year of October. They're a Nashville blues rock band.
Well, sounds interesting.
It should be a really good show today.
Yeah, that sounds like a really interesting show. I can't wait to hear what both of them have to say.
All right, so if you want to call in, it's 347-205-9502.
Call in.
All right, but right now we're going to call K. Cohiba. Well, it looks like he might need another minute.
Okay, well, we'll just have to give him another minute then. Yeah, I definitely like that song, Cruising. That's a nice song.
Yeah, it's a nice song that if you're traveling down the road and everything and you just...
Yeah, it makes you think about going out cruising, you know?
Exactly,
when you were
out
younger.
partying and shit.
Yep, out partying, hanging out with your friends when you were younger.
He's a CT artist. Well, actually, I guess you could say he's a city. He's actually an East Coast artist. He's actually from Jersey.
Oh, that's right, huh? Yeah.
So,
He's from Jersey.
all right, well, we're going to try him one more time, and let's see if we can get him on there.
Yeah, I probably didn't hear his phone.
As we wait. And we'll see what's going on.
Hey,
Hi, is this KQ Heba?
Yeah, it was good.
You are on the air with Two Local Radio. How are you doing this evening?
Doing pretty good. How yourself?
We're doing well. We're doing well. We're just trying to, get this stuff down. And so we're a little different than what you're used to. You're used to interviews talking just about your music. And while we appreciate, your music and everything, we want to know more about you. That's why we really like to get into the artist rather than just the music. But your music is important. So,
right.
So do I have it right? You're originally from Jersey, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man,
Yeah,
originally
also
from North New Jersey.
Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, I was reading about how you came up with your name, too. I thought that was really original.
Yeah, man, it was kind of weird. Like, I've been doing a little bit of rapping, like, for a few years or whatever. So, basically, I was talking to a few people, and, it's kind of hard to come up with something original. So I ended up talking to a manager, and, we were chopping it up, and he came up with a few names, I came up with a few names, and then we just pieced a couple together. That's how that came about.
Well, I like it, actually. I just think it's original, And I love that song,
Yeah.
Cruising. That's a really nice song.
Definitely. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot.
Well, I do a little homework, and I've seen that you're originally called Killer K, is that correct?
Yeah, man. I was mad young.
And then I like what you said about when you made your when you got this new name, you're like, well, if I'm going to be named after a famous cigar, I better be burning up the track.
Yeah, man, yeah. Just to switch it up, give them something new, something fresh, something that people's not doing.
Yeah, it's really a attention getter, because it's so different. And that is really cool.
Definitely.
So we want to know. I'm sorry?
No, I was saying, yeah, man.
What did you end
up trying to keep it original.
Okay, it seems like we got our wires crossed a little. All right. So when you went to college, right?
Yeah, I'm actually currently in college. I'm finishing up this semester.
Oh, okay. What'd you go for?
I'm going for business management, trying to hurry up and finish this thing out, man. I'm kind of tired of school, but definitely for everybody that's out there, you should go. It's the only way to do it. You need something to fall back on.
That's very true.
Yeah, a lot of those that are, trying to be, rap stars and everything, they don't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm saying, like with everything going on, it's a drought as far as like finances and currency and every different little area of getting it. So you got to keep your options open, because especially with music is probably less likely to make it than playing professional sports. So you got to go ahead and keep them options open and take care of yourself, man.
Also, what was it like going from 2000 to, I believe it was 20, in, the West Haven Battles or something?
West Haven, what?
Battles of the Band, I believe.
No. As far as hip-hop artists.
Oh, whoops.
as far as hip-hop artists from 2000 to...
Yeah, you were ranked 2000, and then you said you went up to rank 20 in a week.
Oh, yeah. You talking about like on Reverb Nation? That was different. It was cool. I don't know. It was just it was pretty much like my first little bit of a taste of what promotion could do for yourself. So it was definitely cool. It was a blessing. Like I met a lot of artists, a lot of people collabed with. Even a few people overseas. Shout out Clint Mangle. He's over in the Netherlands. Yeah, man, it was cool. Like, still actually gaining a lot from that experience. It was great.
So what would you say is your favorite song that you made so far?
That's a tough question. Did a lot. I would say probably in between Cruising and probably this other track called For the Record. It's on my new tape, the Jersey EST tape. It's my most recent project that I've actually dropped. And yeah, they're both pretty good records. Like Cruising is a single. It just shows a different side. Like you don't gotta be a real club song to be a single. You don't have to be like a super hood song to go ahead and like make people like your stuff. And For the Record was just really personal, and I like the way it came together. So, you know.
I personally like The Shed, and I also like Loyalty.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I actually listen to things.
Nah, man, that's awesome. I appreciate that, too.
Yeah, we try to listen to whatever tracks, you know, when we're set tracks to listen to, we always try to listen to them. So we know a little bit about the music and, you know, we've heard the songs.
Word.
So
what
would you say is your biggest accomplishment as far as in the rap game right now?
I would say actually gaining loyal fans, you know, and building a buzz, because I figure anyone can make music, but it takes a lot to actually connect with people, because it's tough out here. Like, honestly, sometimes it feels like there's more artists than there are fans, and people lose sight of that. So, yeah, I definitely say it's gaining loyal fans that actually follow the music and stay with me, even when I'm a little quiet, you know.
So how does it feel to be caught in the Connecticut bubble?
I don't know, man. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm saying, it's a gift and a curse. Like, it gives you time to go ahead and figure yourself out, and it gives you time to develop, because it's difficult. Like I said, it's a lot of artists, and there's very few fans. So, you know, when you find a niche, you got to stick with it. But you know, like I said, it's a gift and a curse. I'm not really too upset about it. Definitely planning on traveling. Like I said, once this whole school semester is over, I'll have a lot more time to think it through and talk to management and go ahead and get things handled. But, yeah, man, until then, I guess it's just the Connecticut bubble. But shout out Connecticut, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're originally from Connecticut, so.
If you could travel, when you start to travel, where do you think you're going to travel to?
It's looking like the Midwest and the West Coast is where it's at right now. I feel like down south had it for a long time, but I'm starting to think that they're starting to look for a different kind of music. They're more into the auto-tune and the dance tracks, and, you know, I'm able to make them, but it's not my forte so much. So I definitely think the West Coast is looking like where the hip hop is at. They're looking for a lot of lyricism, and that's what I enjoy to do more so than make dance tracks. But shout out to South as well, because I will be making it down there to go check it out.
But if you want to hear something funny though, believe it or not, Connecticut is the #1 buyer when it comes to CDs.
Yeah, that's the thing that's weird. They buy everyone else's stuff, and they don't buy our own stuff. But then again, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta show and prove. That's what I realized. Like, you gotta leave. You gotta, like, leave the mess. Go ahead and start popping somewhere else. Then come back home. And then they'll support you. And then keep doing that. So just keep representing where you're from, or where actually the places that helped you out. Leave out. Make a name for yourself, and then come back, and they'll definitely support you. So it's understandable.
Well, the problem I've always, came up with, out in Connecticut and whatnot, is there's just too many haters. It doesn't matter the type of music; there's just too many haters out there. Instead of unifying together, like they do down south, everybody's at each other's throats, and it's like, okay, really, I'm trying to make a name for myself. You're trying to make a name. Let's work together.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I'm saying everyone's going to have people that dislike them. I'm not really going to call them haters because, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people amp themselves up too much, and there's a lot of people that are taking in the wrong, I can't even think of the word. Pretty much they're perceiving the situation wrong. Like, sometimes I'll give someone an honest opinion on a song, and then I'll get labeled as a hater. So I don't really like to throw that word around too much, but I'm saying, like, I've been collaborating with a lot of different great artists. It's a lot of dudes that are really talented out here. We got a lot of people hailing from Hartford that I deal with. Of course, it's Undefined Music Group. I represent them 24/7. We've been working with Waltz Club, Just L, Conquering Music Production, CMP, TVMG. It's a whole bunch of them. NWT, man, what's up? We've been expanding a lot, but that the whole hater thing, I feel like it's however you perceive the situation. Sometimes it could be something that's just constructive criticism, and you got to grow from it.
Exactly, and if you don't know how to take it, then you got to develop some thick skin, or you're going to be left watching all the limos pass by.
Of course, because you got to think about it. People are already expecting you. If you're from Connecticut, they're already expecting you to fail, so they're going to have a lot of negative things to say about you. So if you think it's tough being here and taking it from the locals, imagine when you get out into the world and you go touring and you pop up at other people's venues. They're going to be saying the same thing.
And I agree. So what would you tell the young kids that are, listening, or, the younger kids, like in the early teenagers or whatever,
Right.
if you had some kind of message for them?
My message for the younger community, I'd say put it like this: stay in school first and foremost. Find a hobby. I'm saying as of right now, you're young, so you got a lot of energy, you got a lot of potential. Don't waste it. That's all it's really about. Don't get lost in someone else's dream. Go ahead and go out and do what you got to do for you. And don't let no one tell you that you can't. If you're determined to do it, you'll be able to accomplish it.
Yeah, exactly. I just wish I could hear one rap artist at some point in my life say, well, hey, if you're out doing all these bad things, you're going to screw up your record and you're not going to be able to get a job anywhere or something of that sort. The truth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's real. I'm telling you, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I guess it's just the lifestyle that sells. And since it's so looked down on, people decide to put it in their records, even though, like, the whole thing is majority of these people that are saying this in their records, they're not doing any of it. So don't be fooled by the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, exactly. If everybody who was repping people that, were getting killed left and right were actually doing it, it would be more, it would feel more real. But, I mean, it's basically fake. If somebody is going to shoot at you, all you're thinking about is ducking. You're not thinking about repping someplace.
Of course, you're right about that. Trust me. You're 100% right on that. You're not trying to get your head knocked off. That's no good. But, you know, I'm saying, like, people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to decide to put whatever content in their music they're going to put into it, and certain people are going to get caught up in the mix. But put it like this. If it was so many rappers that were shooting and killing each other, the rap game would be a lot more of a dangerous sport. So, you know, like I said, it's pretty much like a big wrestling match. When you're younger, it all looks good until you grow up and see what it really is.
Exactly, and then you wouldn't have everybody battling with each other because they'd be like, okay, I'm going to go battle. No, I'm going to get shot.
Definitely.
So, all right, so let's dig a little deeper, and let's say, you know, when you're not, you know, writing, performing, and whatnot, what do you like to do to chill?
When I'm chilling, I like to, honestly, I used to be a big partier when I was, probably like freshman year of college, sophomore year of college, but I've been toning it down, man. Like, when I'm chilling, I'd rather just lay back at the crib, throw some Netflix on, and grab a little drinkers here and there, or maybe stop by a lounge where I could just chill and talk to people. I don't really party too hard anymore.
Do you have any hobbies or anything? Play any sports?
I used to play sports. When I first came to college, that's the reason why I came out to New Haven, because they wanted to give me a full ride to play football. And then it was some sort of mix-up, and yeah, basically that didn't happen. So, you know, but yeah, I'm still a big football fan. I'm big on sports, football, basketball, baseball here and there, you know.
So honestly, do you like it better in Connecticut than Jersey, or vice versa?
It depends, because honestly, what's kind of bugged out that I didn't think of until I really moved here. Jersey and Connecticut are really similar. Like, when I was living in Jersey and I found out I was moving to Jersey, when I was living in Jersey and I found out I was moving to Connecticut, I was looking at Connecticut as, because pretty much all outside states see it as just some big rich state, and wherever you're living is going to be picture perfect, you know, gate, fence, lots of yards, nice neighbors, when in reality it's really not. So it's kind of bugged out. But I would say, as far as city life and things to do, I like Jersey a little more, but as far as opportunity, I prefer to be in Connecticut. If I was going to raise a family, I'd bring them to Connecticut.
Yeah, but there ain't shit to do in Connecticut. I'm going to tell you firsthand, there ain't shit to do in Connecticut. I'm from a town called Waste Haven, you know, West Haven, Connecticut, and there ain't nothing but a whole stack of bars. That's the pride of the town. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, right down on Campbell.
Exactly, the Campbell Avenue crawl.
I think everybody's got that.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, it was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. It was a lot of people. Surprised nobody got ran over. But, you know, it was it was an experience. Some people were passing out. A few people left on stretchers. A few people didn't make it past the like the third or fourth bars. But, you know, it was cool. Like,
crazy. I'm 5'0" and I made it through.
All right, so if you did not make it in a rap game, and you're very talented, we all know that. But if you did not, what could you see yourself doing?
Honestly, I don't know. To be 100 with you, like I said, I got a lot to fall back on since I'm gonna have my degree this semester. I think after I get this degree, I don't think I'm pretty much through with school. I'm kind of tired of going there and tired of paying them. So, yeah, that's probably out of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just grab a little corporate job, save the money up, and just try to figure out what I like to do and open my own business so I could just be my own boss.
Nice.
That's a good thing.
All right, so who are your aspirations as far as music outside? Who do you look up to? Who makes you who you are aside yourself?
Music-wise?
Both music and just in general, because to make a person, it's more than just music. It's got to be other, aspirations as well.
Yeah, of course. Let's think here. Who do I look up to? Well, I haven't been asked that question in a while. I'd say
I did
on the music end.
my own homework.
Yeah.
And okay, no, never mind. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to listen, but I don't know. I just figure on the music tip, I'd probably go with Wow. On the music end, as far as artists that made it, I look up to guys like let's say J. Cole, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, people like that. And then you got the Biggie Smalls and Tupacs, but I feel like they were cut too short to really figure out what was going to happen with their careers. So, you don't really know them as directly because you didn't grow up with them, or at least I didn't, being as I was born in the 90s. So we got a little taste of what they could do. But, I feel like the guys like the Nas and the Jay-Z, they grew with us. They helped me grow at least. And they spoke about a lot of life situations that kind of helps you avoid it or helps you get through it when you're going through it at the time. And I say on the other end, as far as business-wise, I would look at like a wow. Can't even think right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, anyone that was pretty much anyone who was a fair person. You know what I mean?
I understand. I'm more of the Jadakiss, DMX, KRS-One type, but to each its own.
Oh yeah, a little more hardcore. Nah, definitely. My mom's was a big DMX fan. Like, we grew up on DMX too. DMX back when we had the cassette tapes in the car, man. Trust me, I could relate.
Yeah, and I thought that was real bad. How that so-called doctor tried to tear him down. It's like, you don't know who the fuck he is,
True.
For you to judge, like your shit is squeaky clean.
Yeah,
Dr. Phil, Dr. Asshole, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't really see how he's a doctor. Like, what did he go to school for? Like, he has a talk show. What is he doing? He's diagnosing nothing. But he's gonna he's gonna do what he has to do to get a check, just like everyone else is going to. So like at the end of the day, I try to look at people's situation from their point of view. The way he's looking at it, by him degrading people and getting the views up for his show, he's paying for his kids to go to school, and he's paying for his house and his cars and his lifestyle. So I can't be all the way mad at him because he's just doing what we would do to an extent. But he's not my favorite person in the world.
I got a crazy question for you. You mentioned Tupac. Do you believe he's dead, or do you think that's just Hollywood cinematic?
Nah, man, that dude's gone. Whenever they gotta pay for a hologram of you, you're dead.
I don't know. They said we walked on the moon and you can't kick gravity. I mean, with no gravity. So.
Yeah, nah. I don't know about the whole moon thing, man. Like, I think that was staged too. Like, honestly, I think a lot of that it was just to give us hope that we weren't dumping all our money in NASA for no reason. But nah, definitely, I pay attention to a lot of that stuff too. It's all a motivator. It keeps the morale up in our country, so it keeps us spending our money and putting our money in their pocket.
So do you think right now we're headed towards hell in a handbag, or just an advancement somehow?
Honestly, I don't know, man. It's too many things going on to really wrap your head around it unless you really sit down and study this stuff and figure out your own answers. And, being as though that I'm already in school, being in school, they pump you with whatever they want you to know. Because that's what I figured out. Like, there's a lot of dumb people in college, so don't think you got to be too smart to make it through it. You could be really slow. As long as you get the work done and you tell them what they want to hear, you'll pass with flying colors. But there's a lot of people that don't have any common sense, but they're passing with straight A's. So it's different nowadays. So now being pumped with that, and then working full time, and then doing music in the spare time, I don't really have too much time to study too much. But when I do pay attention, I see the little bits and pieces that don't make sense. So trust, I pick up on it and I see where you're going. So in other words, basically, it's looking like hell in a handbag.
At least you're honest. So basically, you're saying just because you got a big ass head, don't make you a wise man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I told you I study, man.
Oh shit. Yeah, man. We was out in New York. That was actually after my producers, Mark Angelo and Scotty P. They went to where the hell were we? We were in New York, and they went to the Beast of the Beats 5 over at the I Standard battle at Webster Hall. That was pretty dope. We met a lot of people, a lot of legends were in there. Like, it was an honor just to be in their presence. Like, even let's see, who was there? I think it was Rottweiler. Fuck was it? Illmind was in the building. Sha Money XL. It was a few people in there. It was a lot of people in there, actually. A lot of people that play behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about because they're just sitting back collecting money.
All right, so where would your favorite place be to perform, and what artists would you like to open up for if you had a chance?
Wow. Honestly, I would open up for Nas or
Nice.
maybe Mos Def, either Nas or Mos Def. And
Nice.
My favorite place to perform, well, so far my favorite performance was over in Mass, actually. I did a performance out in Lowell, right by UMass, at a little club right on the outside of the campus. I forgot the name of it, but it was a pretty dope performance. That was my favorite place to perform so far.
And does it matter if you're, rhyming in front of a little crowd, big crowd? Does it not matter? What is the main thing when it comes to people, the kind of reaction that you want to hear and you want to feel?
I'm saying the main thing is just the connection. I figure it don't matter if the crowd's big or small because, like I've seen people perform in front, like they'll brag about it. Yeah, I performed in front of 1,000 people today, but nobody felt you. You know what I mean? So what's the point? I'd rather perform in front of 20 people and have the spot rocking and then, have them talk about the performance later on, signing autographs, getting off the stage, handing out tapes, instead of performing in front of 1,000 people or 10,000 people and getting off and nobody remembering who you are.
I agree. It's about quality, not quantity. Just because you got a million people who follow you doesn't mean you're that good.
Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, it's a numbers game, and what I realize is if you're not playing it, I guess it kind of takes away from your credibility to fans. But people on the inside know that you're not that popping. Like, I see people from Connecticut all the time. They'll have 100,000 views on a video, but they can't sell out any venue. So obviously the views are paid for. You know what I mean? It doesn't correlate. So as an artist, you got to pick up on things like that. I'm not saying, like, not to pay for promotion. You have to pay for promotion or you won't get out there unless you're just ill with it yourself, which a lot of people are. But, you know, a lot of people are really just paying for views and trying to cheat the system, and it's not working for them. Because, as I said, you'll get called out. You got 100,000 views, and you can't get 50 people to come to one of your performances. It doesn't add up.
That's very true. That is very true. So real quick, your 3 favorite movies and why?
Oh, man. Shit. Paid in Full was dope. I like that just because it was something when I was growing up. It was just different. And, like, could kind of relate because when you stepped outside in Jersey, like, that's what you really saw. Like, dudes were playing the block, doing what they do, getting to how they live. And then after all the money was sold up or somebody went to jail, you saw everybody go to jail because they ratted. But that was what that was. It kind of showed me that money could break up friendships. Let me see. What else? I like Belly. It wasn't one of my favorite movies. Let me think. Shit. Scarface was ill, but Scarface is everyone's favorite movie. It's just a bunch of guns and accents, so, you know. That movie was actually pretty funny to me. Let's think of something a little weird.
How about this? Jackie Chan or Denzel Washington?
You got me torn, man. They're both my favorites, to be honest. Jackie Chan was my favorite coming up.
All right.
But yeah,
the reason go ahead.
Nah, I was saying, yeah, Jackie, like Rush Hour and all that, like his comedies were ill. But way back, Jackie Chan, when we had the VHSs, the little tapes, those were dope too. Like what was it, Enter the Dragon or something? It was I had like probably 30 of his tapes, and they were all ill. Him and Bruce Lee, they were both ill. Everybody wanted to be a Karate Kid when they were young. And when I grew up and I started understanding acting, then that's when Denzel was just dope. From then on, all his movies are good. I haven't seen one bad Denzel movie.
Well, then I picked 2 good characters.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Well, I figured, you know, the fighting aspect of it because I seen that you all were into the, you know, the Wu-Tang mix.
Where Wu-Tang's where it's at, man. Wu-Tang brought so many different characters into one. Like, that's what's ill about them, because they could do it, like, that's kind of what our group tries to embody. Like, not Wu-Tang per se, but just different individuals that make their own kind of music, but when we come together, we still can coincide on a track. Like, we could still sound ill together, even though we're all individuals.
Exactly. That's what it's about. All right, now everybody, I'm sure that's listening, wants to hear you spit. Can you spit something or can you not?
Of course I could spit something. You want me to spit a cappella? You want me to spit on a beat? What you need?
Just do it a cappella. Let's see what you got.
All right, you ready?
We're here.
I said COHIBA, no, I'm not from Bed-Stuy. NJ, where I get this hood slang. DA want to play like EA, no games. Brick City, where they cook raw, nigga, since you want to ball out, here's a football figure. Pulling hammers like quick draw. Junior high, ain't nobody shooting spitballs. Young king with a million zets. See it like me, it brings silver back. In a new chariot where the deal is at. We built this empire, no real to rap. I'm about to pass a bill to rap. I probably got 1 billion raps. If I don't get signed with Cold by Hove, I'll go right and make a bill off rap. See, I ball so hard, don't kill my vibe. Lyrical exercise on the BMI. Because rather see me on TMZ instead of BET, but that's TMI. Too loud for your T3I, 4 I'm up. Couldn't see these guys. I tell them, see these nuts. They respond that, see these nuts. Pause, step back, because the man here. It's a blessing that you ever got to stand here. Understand what you overheard. I ain't run here, but I damn sure ran here. Been about my biz. Klein slips, Banana Republic top. Beware of the man in black. If I get locked, that'd be one hell of a mug shot gone.
That was awesome. Oh, my God.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Any last words before we let you go and enjoy your night?
Hey, man, shout out all of the listeners. Shout out to you guys over at the station. I definitely appreciate it. Guys actually motivated me to go ahead and go even harder. You know, like I said, everybody just keep going to 100. Whatever you decide to do, whatever path it is, don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Just go 100. If you're going to put your effort in it, put all of it in it, and go ahead and make something real out of it.
That's awesome, man. Anyway, we definitely want to, invite you to come back to, on 2 Local Radio when we get our new thing going on that we're not going to talk about right now, but it's going to be very special coming up.
Yes, it is.
Right. I'm definitely down,
all right,
man, like I said.
Well, thank you for joining us, Keiko Hiba, and we appreciate you spending time and, people really getting to know you rather than just your music, even though we talked about your music. Just as a person means just as much, and you can really tell somebody's character when you actually get to talk with them, and you can actually tell when they're using cue cards and when they're not.
For sure.
All right, well, you have yourself a good night.
All right, do the same, man. Shout out to Loco. You too.
All right, take care.
All right, peace.
All right, that was Cohiba.
Having trouble spitting it out there, dear?
Well, I'm just amazed. He's a real dude.
Unbelievable. Definitely.
I have to be honest, last night I was a little ticked off just in general. I hate being stood up. But he didn't stand me up. He had to work third shift, and his phone was all messed up. Shit happens.
What are you going to do? It happens.
But that is a real motherfucker right there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to having him back on. I love his rhymes. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, he just spit out of the top, and it was just, phenomenal.
Sure was.
If you don't know who he is, YouTube him. He's on, I believe it's SoundCloud. He's on Reverb Nation. He's got his Facebook page, Keiko Hiba.
Yeah, you really want to look him up. He's absolutely fantastic. We've listened to a few of his tracks, and they're unbelievable.
A few of them. I sat and I listened to about 30, 40 of them, to be honest with you.
I was just giving them an idea, meaning we do listen to his music, in other words.
He was probably shocked that I was coming back with things that he said on the track right back to him.
I'm sure, yeah, he sounded awfully shocked.
So, but that is our first interview of 2. Next we have a Year of October. They'll be joining us in about 10 minutes. They're a phenomenal younger band. The only reason I say younger band because they don't look like they're over 25, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, they don't. They look very young.
And they're from Nashville, or so it says they're from Nashville. I think they're from Kentucky, personally, but...
Oh, wow. It'd be interesting to talk to them and find out, a little bit about them.
And they mix what you call 70s style, blues rock with nowadays.
That's interesting.
Well, the first song that we heard actually was them.
Yes, I heard it. It was definitely a very nice song. I liked it.
So, I mean, they actually wanted me to play a different song called Buried, which I'm going to make sure I get that on the website. But when you press for time, just like Keiko Hiba, you know, I work a full-time job as well.
Exactly. So, you know, with our full-time jobs, you know, we've got to kind of make time to put things in.
Yeah, you got to put things in a true perspective, and if you don't have time. We actually were trying to test out another system, but everything went haywire. I don't know. It seems too complicated, or maybe I'm just a dumbass, one of the two.
No, I don't think you're a dumbass. It probably is complicated.
But I am going to give props to Keiko Hiba. I am going to say that dude did a phenomenal job, and people actually got to know him. That's the one thing I'd seen about the interviews. It was like, okay, ask him about his music. Ask him about his music. Well, what about the actual guy?
Yeah, what about getting to know the real him?
What are his views? What are his likes and dislikes as far as the, you know, rap game and just in general?
Exactly. I mean, he showed you he's a real person, a down-to-earth real person.
So you should, you know, I would recommend that people go out and buy his music.
I do too, definitely.
Just like I recommend people go out and buy Jack Nichol's music.
That's definitely true. I mean, for a while I wasn't really into rap music, but then we started hearing these different artists, and I was like, wow, it opened up my eyes to a totally different sound, and I really, you know, started to get interested.
Underground hip-hop is
way different.
Is where it's at. It's real. It's like they have all the creative power.
Yep.
It's not like, okay, well, I'm going to take your song, and I'm going to go to the butcher shop, and I'm going to cut a piece over here, mix this over here. Yeah, I'm going to blend this part that was never in your song to add into your song.
Exactly. And they've got their juices flowing, you know. They're not listening to what somebody's telling them to rap about. They're rapping from their hearts what they really truly believe in.
And they're hungry. They want it. That's the thing. They want it.
Yep. That is it. Where these other people already have it. So they're like, okay, well, we already have it. And, the ones that are working their way up are hungry to get up there and make it, you know.
And I like how he talked about, you know, how half these people are out there that are doing these kind of things. It's no disrespect to them that, you know, are making their money. People make their money the way that they do.
Yeah, no disrespect. But I like the fact that not only is he doing that, but he's also going to college to further himself and better himself, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You can't, you know, live off that alone. I mean, for instance, you know, somebody's real first deal, I've, you know, done a lot of research, and I always hear the same thing. The first deal, somebody gets screwed.
Yeah, exactly. You always got to keep your eyes and ears open, you know, when you're offered your first deal, and just kind of be like, well, you know, I want to put you on the back burner a little, and, you know, meet a couple other people so you can weigh your options to what's better.
Yeah, that's why a lot of talented artists choose not to get signed. They're good enough to get signed, but, you know, have like these record labels with contracts, and they're like, thanks, but no thanks. I can do it on my own. I'm making more money this way, and I'm doing what I got to do.
Exactly.
KRS has been doing that for 20, 30 years now, and he's made a killing.
Oh, yeah, he definitely has.
So, I mean, same thing with DMX since he went on his own. I mean, other than his outside issues, but, you know, that's just like in football where, you know, I just care about the player on the field. I don't give a shit about the player. You know, when on their personal time, let them do whatever the hell they want.
Exactly, you know. You should care about the whole person as a person, not just what they can do in their field, whether it be rapping or, you know, playing football or whatever.
And as far as I know right now, tomorrow we have Mike Fiba.
Oh, interesting.
Another, CT artist. I really don't consider Kate Kahiba a CT artist. I mean, he's in CT, but he's not originally from CT.
Exactly.
So I just say he's an East Coast artist.
There you go. Yeah, that covers, basically Jersey and Connecticut, and it's, giving both of them props.
So, I mean, that's just the reality of it and everything. Thursday, a big, strong possibility. We have a special guest as far as, I'm not going to give the secret away. I'll announce it first. But it should be huge if that goes through. If not, we've got another special guest, which this dude does, podcast and their own thing, and they're very funny, very a lot of humor, a lot of variety, and just phenomenal. You just got to hear them and stay tuned. And, we do our thing, but there's other people we got to give props to, just like the artists give props to other people. It is what it is, Just like everybody on Blog Talk as well as, Spreaker that, have, said that they like our stuff. Well, we like a bunch of other people's stuff as well. I believe you have to network in life. You don't network and build something together, then you ain't going to have shit by yourself. Or at least appreciate it. It's just like, when you give a kid something, it's wonderful. They're glad that they got something. But when they have to work for it, it's a whole different ball game. Excuse me, I had to tell from a cigarette. Yeah, I know, I'm always smoking. What a hell of a DJ that is, or host, or whatever. I don't even consider myself a DJ. DJs play fucking a bunch of music. So, but I'm very excited for Year of October. I'm excited to talk to Josh, and hopefully, the singer as well. I can't think of her name offhand, and I do apologize. I'm so beat and tired between, doing the shows last night, working today, and I'm doing 2 interviews today. I know that's no excuse, but life takes a toll on you sometimes. As you get older, your fucking bones hurt. They hurt so fucking bad. That's just the reality of it. It's like you want to do the things that you used to do. Like, you want to, go out and party and drink pictures and pictures of beer and take 50 million fucking shots, and you can't do it. You end up in the hospital, or you end up dead. You just can't do it no more. Kind of reminds me of that, that country song that says, I'm not as good as I once was, but once I'm as good as I ever was, type shit. So, alright, anyway, the show must go on, and we are almost ready for interview number 2.
Alright, can't wait.
So I don't know how it's going to be interview number 1, to be honest with you, but we'll see.
I hear him calling off ramp to the I-95 to keep him off.
So, and by the way, my co-host came here and he gave me the king of beers. So now I'm really in the mood to do this interview.
I figured my hubby works hard, so he deserves to have a Budweiser, to relax.
And it tastes good. Nah.
Okay then, it tastes good, huh?
I feel good.
That good, huh?
I knew that I would. So good. I'm going to stop singing before we lose our audience.
Let's not kill our audience's ears. Sorry, guys. Gets a little carried away from time to time.
I certainly do. All right, let's do this, and let's call Year of October. So it's a little early. Let's see if they pick up. Let's do this. Let's wait a minute.
Okay, well, wait a minute. minutes and, let him enjoy his Budweiser.
Illuminati, so probably be half as rich, but I promise I'm twice as real.
And you can talk about something for 30 seconds.
I'll think about something for 30 seconds. Well, I know Kay Kahuba, I really enjoyed their interview with him, and like I said, I really enjoy his music. And I think so far, probably I'd have to say, one of my favorite songs is definitely Cruisin', but, and those other ones are right up there, too. I mean, I really enjoyed his interview. He's a really down-to-earth person, and I think that's really cool. And I'm really looking forward to having him back on the show. It'll be really exciting to have him back on and see what he's up to, in that time frame when we put him back on. See what's new in his life and, what's changed, and see maybe what kind of music he's working on at that time. And see what new tracks he's got coming up and all that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now let's call year of October. Let's see if somebody picked up. And it's dialing.
Hello?
Hi, is this Josh?
Yeah, this is Josh.
Hey, this is Two Local Radio. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
We're doing well. We just finished, our first interview, and we're at the main attraction. It happened that we played one of your songs. It wasn't the song that you wanted, but I'm going to throw that on the website.
Okay, sounds good.
So is it just you tonight, or?
I can get Felicia on. You put it on speakerphone.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. Just one second. Me and Felicia.
Or you could take turns, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you're most comfortable with.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
All right. How you doing tonight, young lady?
Good. I've been doing
good.
much.
So
How are y'all
first thing
doing?
I got to get off. What's that? I'm sorry?
Sorry, I'm having a little trouble hearing, understanding on the speakerphone. What was that you said?
All right, I was asking her how her night's going and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's doing well. Here. Let's see. But y'all been busy?
Yeah,
we just finished one interview, and we're at you.
we're excited to get to, your interview now and talk to you guys.
We'd like,
cool.
if you all could pass, the phone back and forth or whatever, so we get to know both of y'all. First thing I want to know, are you all actually from Nashville, or are you all from Kentucky?
Well, we actually are from Lexington, Kentucky. We've been down in Nashville a little over 2 years. Yeah. But been in Nashville for...
Go ahead.
Yeah, we've been in Nashville about 2 years, and really enjoy it here. We both went to UK together. That's actually how we met. It was up at University of Kentucky.
I guess you can tell we do our homework.
So what was that?
I said, I guess you can tell we do our homework.
Yeah, you guys do, definitely. We really like Nashville, though. It's a lot of fun down here, man.
I also read that you guys started your band in 2010.
Yeah, we did. We started 2010. Me and Felicia just started working on some songs. We both played, and we'd actually been dating for a little while, and she sang, and
I play guitar and bass, and we just started working on some stuff together, and just kind of went from there.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
So are you what you call a band now, or are you a duo?
We are a full band. We play with a drummer, and I've actually switched. I normally play bass, but I've switched to guitar recently, and we've had my friend Jonathan playing bass. We've had different people play with us over the years, but definitely a full-fledged band. We still do smaller acoustic shows as well, but it's just we kind of like to do both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that your am I getting this right? Your first album was Story?
Yeah, that was our first album. We put that out about 1.5 years ago now, and actually we're currently recording a second record right now.
Oh, that's interesting. That's exciting. Who would you say musically or any other way is somebody you look up to, or you would consider,
Well, I definitely there's a lot of artists that I really look up to. Some modern artists that I really enjoy. We really like the Black Keys. Nora Jones is one of Felicia's favorite singers and songwriters. I like Jack White a lot. Classic, like my favorite of all time, would probably like Led Zeppelin. The music they put out was just by far some of my favorite music.
Yeah, I grew up on Led Zeppelin, so that was played a lot in my house. Especially my older brother listened to it a lot.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like my house.
Yep.
So would you say that you're more of a blues rock or a classic rock band?
Well, I guess I like classic rock. I like a lot of classic rock that's not on classic rock radio. So I guess I like blues rock. I don't know. It just depends on the artist really. I like a lot of more modern, a lot of modern, I guess, independent rock artists. I also like a lot of, up and coming folk artists in the last, 10 years. But I think in the 70s, I think classic rock, definitely, set the bar pretty high for, for songwriting and, I think the production value. I really like, the way a lot of the old stuff sounds in comparison to the newer stuff.
All right, but as far as your band, would you say you're more of a blues rock band or a classic rock band, or just your own flavor?
Sorry, I misunderstood. But yeah, we are more of I'd say we're more of like a blues rock band. Like we definitely have elements of classic rock in our music, but I'd say at the same time we kind of we throw in some some soul and just some kind of newer elements as well. Like, but I'd say we're a blues rock band. We occasionally does some folk songs.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we think so.
So who came up with the idea of Sea of Lights?
Sea of Lights. That one is definitely Felicia. And actually, I'll let her talk to you about that. She's talking about the idea of Sea of Lights. Here she is. The idea of Sea of Lights.
We're just talking about where I came up with Sea of Lights and everything?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I don't know. In the music industry, you kind of get beat up a lot. And so I kind of feel like that's the same way with a lot of things in society. It's like you keep trying to go forward and you kind of get pressed back, but you got to keep pushing and everything. And so, I don't know, I like to come up with stories in my head that don't necessarily represent me and what I'm going through, but like circumstances that I've seen in other people. And so that's kind of where that came from, is like the constant struggle that people go through day to day and either pushing forward or ended up giving up and going back home. So
Yeah,
That's
that was
kind of where that
actually
came
the
from.
song that was actually the song that we ended up playing today with the Sea Lights. That's actually my favorite. But when he told me to play Buried,
nice.
I had so much going on, it wasn't even funny.
I like Sea of Lights a lot. It's one of my favorites on the album.
So who are your influences while we got you on the line? I'm sure he's going to grab the phone in a minute.
My influence is writing Nora Jones a lot and her melodies and stuff that she writes. I know she's not a blues rock at all, but just her writing style. I grew up listening to her, and then a lot of like older soul singers like Etta James. They're some of my big influences. I grew up wanting to sound like them, like Etta James or Aretha Franklin, that sort of stuff. I just wanted to have that really deep, soulful sound. And so those are some of my big influences.
Phenomenal voice, by the way. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, you really do. You have a phenomenal voice.
Thank you so much.
Not that he's bad at all. That's not what we're saying. I'm an old singer myself. Well, before I killed myself with cigarettes, but.
Not me. I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. Sorry, I couldn't.
I bet you'd be good at karaoke, though.
No, I think that if they have a dog, I think your dog all the way in Nashville would be howling, or any dogs in your area would be howling so loud it wouldn't even be funny. They'd be covering their own ears.
So when you all play, I mean, either of you all can answer this. Do you all enjoy playing for the little crowds or, a big crowd, or does it matter?
I mean, it doesn't really matter the crowd. I think it's more of the atmosphere that they give, because we could have, 5, 10 people in the crowd, and as long as they're really into it and enjoying what we're doing and really loving the songs and just that feeling that you get, as long as, it doesn't matter if there are 5 people or 500 people there. It's really more about the feeling rather than the size of the crowd, to me, at least.
That's very, very true. I mean, it is. It's about the feeling they give to you that they're, really enjoying your music. I can agree on that, when I've been to concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not just, your normal run-of-the-mill stations and whatnot, just want to hear about music and everything. We want to know more about y'all. What do y'all do? I mean,
you're not performing.
Yeah, exactly. Do y'all have any hobbies, or what motivates you?
We read a lot of books and we watch a lot of movies. And I think that a lot of I do what?
No, I said there's nothing wrong with that. That's good.
Oh, yeah. So I think that's where a lot of our song ideas come from, are from different books and movies. That's what we do most of the time if we're not writing or recording. I mean, we have day jobs. We work as bank tellers, so when we're not working, we're doing band stuff. That's what we're doing.
That's good. What would you say your favorite movie is both your favorite movies?
My favorite movie, it's probably Breakfast at Tiffany's with Audrey Hepburn, or anything by Wes Anderson. Yeah, it's a great movie. And then my favorite director is Wes Anderson. His movies are all excellent. And I'm going to pass it off to Josh to let him tell you his favorite movie.
Sure.
My favorite movie is of all time. I'm a big fan of Shawshank Redemption. Definitely one of my favorites. and let's see, probably either Shawshank Redemption. I'm a big fan also of like Taxi Driver from the 70s. Another great movie. There's so many movies that I like. Definitely a big influence on what we do.
What about your favorite books?
Favorite books? One of I'm a big Stephen King fan.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Stephen King a lot. I read over 30 of his books, and I really enjoy his writing. He's very creative. I think he gets wrongly typecasted as a horror author. You know, when he really, not all this stuff is horror. Some of it just has horror elements. But I like him a lot. F. Scott Fitzgerald. I also like a lot of comic books too. It's like Frank Miller. Like his Batman comic books are great. But,
have you ever read any like Dean Koontz books?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, he's good too. I read Odd Thomas. Whatever. I think they're making that to a movie soon. But that one was a really cool and neat idea. I heard another one called The Face. It was pretty cool. I like his stuff too. He's got some really interesting. I like people who kind of look at stuff outside the box. You know, him and Stephen King kind of take an idea and just kind of run with it. So it's pretty neat.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a weird question because I like to do that.
Okay.
Neil Young or Leonard Skinner? And why?
Neil Young. I like Neil Young. Cinnamon Girl is a great song. Actually, one of my friends keeps bugging me about it, saying it's like his favorite song that from the 70s. But I like Neil Young. I honestly think he's a better songwriter than in my opinion, than the guys in Leonard Skinner. I know like they had a little rift, about him saying Southern Man and stuff, but I think Neil Young, I think he's a crazy person, but I think he writes great music.
When he did the Great Cortez, Cortez the Killer, that was a phenomenal song, just like Trans Am.
Definitely. I love that stuff, man. It's pretty wild, like, that he's still, putting out, quality records. He just, it's all, he does it for himself, as much as he does it, for everybody. It's pretty cool to see that.
Now, I know a lot of, young artists out there, when they're not doing their job, like to, go out and party and everything. It seems like based on, your touring schedule that I'm seeing, that you all just want to get out there and, just get your music out and just
get yourself heard.
Yeah, show the world who you are, even though you all have day jobs.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Our big thing is to, like you said, get ourselves there. Like, our first record is free to download on our Bandcamp page, and we just want to, play for as many people as we can, and as many people to hear us as we can. And then, we gotta work to pay the bills, but definitely want to play as often as we can. We don't really turn down gigs.
Do you all only play originals, or you all play covers as well?
We do pretty much all originals. If we have to play a really long set, like occasionally we'll have to do, some shows we'll have to play a 3 or 4 hour set. We'll throw in some covers in, but we've got about 25 original tunes that we pull from, and we do about 15 to 20 covers depending on how long we have to play. Sometimes we have to play 40 songs or so, but usually most times we play it's just a 45 minutes to an hour set, so we just play all originals.
All right, so why is Buried like your Touch Like Home? Because that's the song that you really wanted us to play today.
Buried? Well, one's that's our closer for sure at our shows. It's definitely I really like the riff on it. I think it kind of defines who we are. It's got some it's got a lot of soul and grit to it, but it's really dark at the same time. And Felicia actually wrote that off of a short story that I wrote. And it's about like a 1950s family. They have all this stuff going on. There's murder, all this, malice kind of stuff. I don't want to give away what happens in the story, but anyway, she wrote this, this story or the song, around my story, and I think that song, kind of defines us as a band as of right now. Probably my favorite to play live.
All right, so I'm going to ask something, from both of y'all. You first. If you could play with anybody out there, who would it be and why? And then have her answer it as well.
Okay, so who would I play? Who would I play with and why? Okay. I would say, that's a tough question. Anybody. Probably Paul McCartney, honestly. I'm a big Beatles fan as well. If I could play with anybody, be Paul McCartney. I mean, I'm a bass player. He plays everything, but he's a fantastic bass player. But I think it would be wonderful if I ever got to share the stage with Paul McCartney. I don't even have to be playing. If I just got to be up there, that would I don't know. I would be on cloud nine. Even just talking about it right now, it's kind of crazy. But definitely one of my favorite artists ever. And I think if I got to share the stage with him, he's just songwriting, and then as talented as he is vocally, and then every instrument he plays, he's brilliant. So he's the man. But here's Felicia. She can give her answer.
That is a super hard question. I have so many people that I would love to play with. Gosh. Do they have to be alive?
No, it can be either or.
Okay. Well, growing up, I always sang Patsy Cline songs with my grandmother. And I think she's amazing. I'm not a huge fan of new country, but old country, I think it has some excellent stuff, and I would love to have been able to sing with her at some point. And I know that Willie Nelson wrote Crazy, so he's really good too.
I'm gonna give you a crazy thing like I gave Josh. Okay. Out of these three, who would you rather sing with and why? Okay?
Okay.
Reba McEntire, Alanis Morissette, or Janis Joplin?
Oh, Janis Joplin. Definitely. She was amazing. Huh?
I know Janis Joplin to him, too, because I just had a feeling you were going to say Janis Joplin.
Oh, she just had something about her. I want to cover Me and Bobby McGee so bad, but we have not worked it up. So, we started it, but we never finished it. So, yeah, I love the way she sings, and she just really didn't care about what anybody thought or anything, and I think that's cool.
That is cool. And how did you guys come up with the name for your band?
When we started playing, we were more of an acoustic band, and so I felt like we tossed around tons and tons of names, and everybody kept shooting them down. So I kind of felt like our acoustic stuff had the feeling like when you gather around a campfire in the fall, and like somebody just pulls out a guitar and starts playing like older songs, or like something like that's kind of got a creepy feel to it. And so the songs that we wrote kind of had that feeling of being around a campfire. And so I was like, well, October is a time of bonfires. And so Year of October was kind of us having that feeling year-round. So that's where it came from.
Yeah,
we don't really sound like that anymore, but it stuck.
But that name's, you know,
Catchy, very catchy.
in my eyes, you know, it's weird, but at the same time, it's unique.
Because when I first heard the name, it caught my attention because I was like, wow, that's an interesting name for a band. So, you know, maybe want to listen to the music and be like, listen to it and hear what you guys have to sing, you know?
I'm glad that it caught your eye.
It sure did, definitely.
So who would you say your singing style's like?
My singing style? Huh.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of a bunch of people. I would say some of the old soul stuff with a little bit of Nora Jones, and then maybe a little Robert Plant in there. If you threw them all in a pot and mixed it together, maybe that would be what my sound was like.
I was thinking a little bit of Janis Joplin in there too, you know. In the mix.
I've heard Janis Joplin on our more rockin' stuff, so that's awesome.
So what do you all do? So I just can't fathom this idea of y'all when you're not, you know, performing or working, you're just constantly looking at a book. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm sure there's got to be something you all like to do outdoors that's fun.
Yeah. We used to play like pickup football games, but there aren't as many people down in Nashville now that we're down here that play as much, so we don't get to. During the summer, if we're near water, that's what we do most of the time. My family, I grew up near a lake in Kentucky, and so all of my time was spent camping near Kentucky Lake. And so during the summer, we try to be as in the water as much as possible.
Nice. Are you more of the laid-back rafting type, or are you more of
amusement park type with the water rides and all of that?
I'm like a jet ski riding, water skiing person.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, water ski, but it
came out wrong. And it came out wrong. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I love to water ski. So I'm not as much of
and you would be more of a tubing, or?
Yeah, we used to tube a lot. My little brother is an excellent tuber. So that was always fun. We would try to see who could stay on longer.
I'll tell you one thing. If you never did it, go kayaking. Kayaking is the most fun in the world, in my opinion, especially when going down the slopes.
I haven't ever really been kayaking. When we were in Florida a little while ago, we went canoeing down one of the little, what are they called? Like where there's a bunch of alligators and stuff in the Everglades. Yeah, we went canoeing, but I've never been kayaking.
Kayaking is just the greatest feeling because it's like you in the boat, and if you fuck up, you're going underwater and you gotta like swim your way out. But if you don't, it's like the greatest feeling, especially going down, you know, a little drop. It's like, woo, you know.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love stuff like that. Like, I love being outdoors. We don't get as much time to do it now, but it's one of my favorites. I love snow skiing, too. So skiing of any kind is good with me.
So you're definitely an outdoorsy sports type people. Both of you.
Yeah. We love sports. That's another thing that we watch a lot of. And
Do you have a particular team you follow?
Yeah, we are not the same teams ever. In the NFL, I'm a big Titans fan, and he's an Indianapolis Colts fan, so same division, and we're opposing.
Wow.
The World Series was really hard for us this year because he's a Red Sox fan, and I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan, so it was real rough. But we made it.
Yeah, well, I'm a Jaguars fan. So what you said, Colts and Titans.
Yeah. We're all Jaguar fans.
That's a tough pill to swallow, but I'll get past it. All right. So I just gotta wonder. I mean, with you all spending so much time and whatnot, it's not my business. But are y'all like more of like brother and sister? Or are y'all an item, or what's the deal?
Oh, we're married.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
So how long you all been married?
In August it'll be 3 years.
That's fantastic.
So,
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun to get to.
So what part of the marriage you think is the hardest to deal with?
What part of the marriage is the hardest to deal with?
Yeah, and what are the good parts? Just like anybody single out there.
I think the good points are we're best friends, so we get to spend all of our time together, and we like all the same things, so it's really fun to just be able to hang out with your best friend all the time.
That's
really cool. Yeah. Probably one of the hardest parts is when we're writing music is because we're both pretty strong-willed about what we want. And so I'm a lot more stubborn than he is, so he has to put up with that, me being stubborn about getting what I want, especially when we're writing music together. So he's good about it, but I know I'm a little hard to put up with sometimes.
So your next album, would you say y'all tempting with the dark side, or would you say that you're following the same path you're on, or I mean, what direction are y'all heading?
I mean, it's not totally different from the first album. Like, you can still tell that it's us, but I think that our sound has matured, and we kind of have a more certain direction that we're going in. We've got a lot of really rockin' songs on it that are really cool. Growing up in Kentucky, it really, the state and everything about it, a lot of the history influenced me a lot. So a couple of the songs on the album have to do with different areas. One of them is like my take on a old murder ballad. It's kind of like how I feel like if they would be written today. It's like a rockin' murder ballad. And so, I don't know. It's fun.
All right, I'm
not totally different, but...
Go ahead.
Do what?
I said I'm going to throw you both on the spot real quick. Tennessee or Kentucky?
I'm a Kentucky fan. He's a Tennessee fan.
I was talking about, as far as living and everything, not sports.
Oh, I thought we were talking sports. We're split there, too. No, I mean, I don't know. I loved growing up in Kentucky, but Tennessee's great, too. Nashville's been awesome for us. We love everything about it, the food, the people, the music. It's been a really great place to be the last few years.
We've actually relocated out here as well, but we're towards the Knoxville area. So
yeah, I mean I've got friends in Kentucky. I've heard it's beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah, we love Knoxville. he's been out there more than I have, but anytime we go out there, it's been great. We're coming back out there in April actually to play at the Blue Plate Special, and then we're playing again that night. I'm not sure where.
Nice. Maybe afterwards you come out to the studio, play acoustic set or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
You know, it would be something nice for the audience and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we would love that.
You know, have you all been out to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg?
Yeah. My family used to go out there a lot. We were actually out there last summer for Josh's grandmother's 80th birthday. So
wow.
That was a lot of fun. We had a cabin. Yeah, we had a cabin with all of his family, and we just played games and hung out in the mountains. So it was great.
Yeah, we done the cabin thing too, but our verdict we ended up.
Our cabin wasn't that. We weren't that lucky with our cabin.
Yeah, it was a little haunted, but that's not the point.
See, I mean, when you're sitting there and you see shadows start going by, yeah, it's freaky, just a little.
Yeah, we had a hot tub that we put no bubbles in. That bubbles came out and you couldn't shut it off.
Yeah, our friend unplugged it and still didn't stop.
We had somebody come to cut the lawn, didn't say a word to us, but didn't cut shit.
Yeah, the lawn looked the same afterwards. You know, when somebody cuts a lawn, there's usually lawn clippings. There was none. Yeah, it was freaky.
So, if you didn't make it, in the music world, which I really hope that you all do, I hope every artist does, what could you all see yourself doing down the line?
Well, we want to do something that gets to use our creative talents, just because that's what keeps us going. That's what keeps us moving. Josh is writing a screenplay right now. So if music doesn't work out, maybe directing and acting. That we know that's really hard too. We like picking careers that are super hard. But if all that stuff doesn't pan out, I went to school for journalism. I was a broadcast journalism major. So I always wanted to do investigative reporting. That's what got me interested in it. So I studied journalism from the time I was probably a sophomore in high school and all the way through college. And so I could do that. I loved it. And Josh was an audio engineer. He studied that in college. So I think that he would, even if we do make it musically, he engineers and produces all of our stuff. So I think that he would like to do that for other people too.
Nice.
That sounds very interesting. I'd be very interested. Hopefully he's able to get that screenplay out,
Yeah, we're hoping to actually we're hoping to do it, actually get started on maybe doing something this summer. So maybe it will get out and y'all will get to see it.
That would be great, You can say, hey, we know that guy.
So tell us the toughest crowd you faced and how you all dealt with it and still played on. Because I know there's got to be moments where it's like, really, am I playing for these people? They're not even listening.
Yeah, probably the toughest crowd is we played at a restaurant once, and there was this group of guys that were, they came in, we had to play, was it 3 hours or 4 hours? 4 hours, and it was just Josh and me doing an acoustic set, so we were playing a lot of covers and a lot of our stuff, and this group of guys came in, and they just, as soon as they came in, they were like, play something American, play some Skynyrd, and I don't sing Skynyrd. And I just, that's not what I sing. And so for about an hour and a half, that's how the show went. And it was just kind of like, let's get through this. We can do it. We can power through and finish the set out. But they paid attention to what we were playing. It was just, they didn't really like what we were playing.
I just wanted to give you a hard time.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was for about an hour and a half, where they just gave us a hard time. But
it sounds like.
I mean, it wasn't.
Go ahead.
Do what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but that's probably the worst show we've ever played.
So what's the biggest crowd you all ever played for?
I'm going to let Josh answer that one.
Oh, biggest crowd. Probably, shoot. We played down here in Nashville. We did an event, I think the Eccentric Pavilion. Probably had about, I don't even know. I don't know how many people were there. It was kind of people going in and out. I have no idea on the number, but it seemed like it was the biggest crowd we played. Either that one, and we played a couple shows in Lexington, our hometown, or my hometown, where we've had some good sized crowds. I don't know, over 125 to people-ish. I'm not sure. I'm pretty bad at figuring out how many people are there. But especially when if it's a free show, because then I don't ever see people came in. But those are probably the best ones.
And I understand it. And I mean, there's probably some people in the audience that's like, okay, 125 people, that's not bad. But if you play in a little club, that's huge. That's a lot of noise.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And when we played in Nashville, the Eccentric Pavilion was pretty cool because it was like an outdoor event underneath like a tarp. It was like 102 degrees that day, so it was burning out, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, it's good. At least you enjoy what you do, so it kind of made it worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we I mean, the way we look at it is if we're playing for, a large crowd or, a small crowd, we're going to play the same, we're going to play like, might be the last time we play together. So it's like, to us, it's more like playing, we're playing for ourselves and, and for the sake of, the music and, that's the fact that this is what we want to be doing, whether we, have a big crowd or small crowd, or rather we're getting paid or not. We're going to do it the same. Either way, we're going to do it all out. So it's definitely a lot of fun and definitely worth it.
So the same question I asked her: what do you think was the most discouraging crowd you played for, as far as they weren't in tune to what you were doing, and how did you handle it?
Well, the one that I heard, the one she talked about was discouraging. And other than the guys that were kind of heckling us, giving us a hard time, which they did for a while. Everyone else in the venue we didn't get a single clap, or anything after songs where people acted annoyed that we were there. But I mean, we finished the set and. It was just kind of like we just kind of regrouped on the way home. We were like, yeah, it happens. But that was probably, I agree with her, that was probably the most discouraging one. And it probably didn't help that it was a really, really long show, that it was 4 hours long.
I bet. So, outside of music, who would you say y'all's biggest inspirations are?
I guess you told you I'm a big Red Sox fan. I'm a big fan of Dustin Pedroia, second baseman for the Red Sox. He's probably my favorite baseball player at the moment, but I really like him. Martin Scorsese, the movie director, he's phenomenal. He's I think he's probably my favorite movie director. I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan for actors, even though I'm not a huge fan of Titanic, but I like his later work, especially the stuff he did with Scorsese. Trying to think. Let's see. People who aren't famous, like my dad's a big inspiration to me. Just seeing the way he's handled our family and the way I grew up and stuff, that really really impacted me a lot. I don't know. He's probably one of my biggest heroes. And then I guess there's a lot of actors and a lot of directors. Like I'm a big director nerd, so like I really like like I said, Scorsese. I like Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, one of my favorites. He's definitely kind of a big inspiration to me. I think like a lot of times like movies inspire me just because I don't know. Like I've definitely been inspired to write music, just from watching a film. The images and then just kind of the tone of the film. Whether it's the actual music in the film or the scores or the songs or just the way the movie's shot and the story. I think that really inspires me a lot. Musically. So I get I don't know. I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of film and a lot of different art and stuff.
So as far as the world goes, what do you all think? It's more of a hell in a handbag, or that do you have optimism and things will get better?
About the world in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think well, there's a lot of problems in the world. I don't think definitely obviously there's a lot of problems and there's a lot of stuff going on that's wrong. I definitely have optimism though. I'd like to believe that people can can change a lot of things in this world. There's a lot of things that need to be changed. But I also think that rather than a lot of times people say like the world's getting worse, I think we're just I think people are becoming more aware of what's around them. And I don't know if it's necessarily becoming worse or just the media is I think the media and a lot of other things are kind of looking at the way things are, and I think like I said, it's been like that for a while. But I think that they you watch the news and top 10 stories are negative. So and so got this happening, this murder, and this. You don't hear about the good things that are happening, and there are a lot of good things that are happening. I think there's a lot of people in my generation and the generation coming up. I think that have a lot of optimism. And I think that there's a lot of positivity. A lot of people are really working to make the world a better place. So hopefully, it really does. I have optimism for it. I don't know. That's definitely a tough question, but I think I don't know. I'd like to believe it'll be get better.
I understand that. You think she shares the same opinion as far as that?
I don't know. Let me see. Okay, let me ask you.
I think that it is going to get better. I at least have to have hope that it will. It does seem that everything is bad and going wrong, but I believe that there's still good people. I mean, we try to be good people in everything we do, so I know, or I hope that there are other people out here in the world that are like us, that want to do good things and want to be good people and share good things with others. I know being a journalism major in college, I was confronted with the constant negativity in the stories because those get the most views. And with the news, it's all about ratings and how many people are watching. And so happy stories don't get as good as ratings, and so you're constantly confronted with these stories day to day as the world's bad, the world's bad, the world's bad, when really there's a lot of good stuff going on. You just don't see it. And so I think that underneath, maybe there will be an uprising of good stuff that'll be better. It's just I don't know if it'll get as much airplay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, but before we let you all go, what would you like to say to the younger generation, that are coming up and everything, and, to inspire them?
You can do whatever you want. Get off the couch and get outside and do something. I think that's a problem with the younger generation, of just accepting things to be handed to them and not actually trying. So get up and try something. If you fail, just keep trying. Failures only make you better and make you try harder. So it's hard. What we do is hard. The music industry is hard. But you just got to keep pushing because it makes you a better person and it makes what you do better.
Awesome.
Very true.
And as much as we'd like you all to do, an acoustic song, we know that's not possible. But like I said, we'd love to, have you in the, studio and, do a few songs or whatever.
We would love to next time, yeah, because we'll be out there. We'll be at Knoxville in April. So we'd love to swing by.
No, there you go. It'd be a pre-birthday celebration for me anyway. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Felicia, and thank you. And I'm having a brain fart. Josh, right?
Thank y'all for having us. This has been great.
And we wish you well, and we hope to see you, in the studio doing a little acoustic session. And we just hope, you can continue down the same track and everything. And we're glad that you were able to share with us out of all the people out there. We're very grateful.
Oh, well, thank you so much. We've had a great time.
All right. Well, you all have a good night.
Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Take care.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was Year of October. Weren't they a fantastic?
Fantastic. Yes, they were fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was going to say, dynamite, because I can't say the other word.
They were absolutely a fantastic dynamite band, and as far as two grounded,
You see the love that they have for each other.
Exactly.
Not to put them on the spot when they're, listening to this and everything, but you just can feel it in the air. You can feel that they're, in tune with each other, and, there's the chemistry there and everything.
Yeah, you can definitely feel that they're one, especially when it comes to their music and everything, and just in general in life, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasure to have them on the show. They're doing a bunch of shows. If you don't know, where they're playing next, check out yearofoctober.com. They've got, a bunch of pictures up, and they've got, their touring schedule and everything. And they're going to be all over Tennessee and probably, Kentucky and all that. And hopefully they can, spread out to other places too. They probably have and haven't told us, but, when you work that kind of job too, it makes it kind of difficult.
That it does,
You can only get away and do what you can do. But we've had a fantastic night. We actually thought it was going to be a shitty night because nothing was working, whereas yesterday everything was perfect, and
then things started going wrong, but tonight things started out crummy and got better.
Please join us for Mike Fava tomorrow night, and then Thursday for a special treat, and then Friday, if we can get word by then, we will have, that person we talked about yesterday, but, there's sometimes you got to deal with red tape and you got to do things the right way and you got to get the approval from your boss.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we can totally understand that.
So between here on Blog Talk and over on Spreaker, we're pretty busy, and we're to local radio, if you didn't know. Anybody who listens to this and wants to know more about us, I mean, because you may just be, just downloading our stuff through Stitcher or iTunes or through Android or Double Twist or whatever. We're on so many different platforms, which we're very grateful.
Yeah, we are. We are definitely very grateful and very blessed.
We actually have an application for, iHeartRadio Talk. We don't know how that's going to go.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed and we just hope for the best.
The more people we could reach, the better, the better, just because we like to help, people out. But, if you don't know how to get in touch with us, 2localradio.com, on Facebook, 2localradio, on Spreaker. We Two Local Radio, or we love Two Local Radio 1, or we are to, something like that.
Well, however it is, right?
Yeah, all the shows are on our website anyway. Just like the artists, there's a bunch of, songs from different artists on our website. And we're not trying to promote our brand, because the main thing is we like to reach out to other people and other artists and just helping people. We like to provide this outlet for people. We're not the only outlet out there, but I just tend to think that we touch base more and get more in detail than other people do. Now, I'm sure at some point somebody's going to copy us because it's a copycat world, but...
Well, we have the time to give them a little more time than where a big radio station they can't, because they have things scheduled a certain way. I mean, that's just how it is. No offense to the big radio stations, but you know what I'm saying?
When you have 900,000 people playing your thing and you just started a week ago on one platform, that says something. When you add in another 8,000 on this place, that says something. So I guess somewhere some people are like, well, they're either dumbasses that come out with amazing guests, or they're geniuses who just like to be themselves. But either way, we enjoy every subscriber we get. We enjoy every band we get to interview, or artists of any genre. And like I said, Thursday, if option 1 doesn't work out, option 2, phenomenal. They do their own show. Phenomenal. You just can't, miss it. And if we don't get them Thursday, we'll get them next week sometime. This is very funny.
Very exciting, and we're definitely looking forward to it. It'll be very exciting. We've had very exciting. Very exciting for the rest of the week.
And tonight we're not going to do another show because we're just too damn tired. But maybe after tomorrow's interview over on Spreaker, we'll do a show as well. It depends on how tired we are at that time. When you work freaking 8 hours a day, well, today I took a little early, but nonetheless.
Still working butt off.
Yeah, exactly.
And having to go, do your homework for the band and everything else,
Yeah, you don't want to look like a complete dumbass, even though we didn't have the most perfect show and ask the most perfect questions. Fuck it, we're real. That's how I look at it.
Exactly.
Fuck the haters. And, if you want to ask any of these bands that come on, the call-in number is 347-205-9502 for Blog Talk any night wrong. You can get through what is that, Skype?
Yes, that's Skype.
Or, I'm sure there's other ways too. Alright, anyway, this is Ray.
And Chrissy D.
See ya. What do I want to be?
God bless.
Peace.